but at the same time, like, we need to play basketball. That's what our fans crave, and that's what all of you crave as well, is you want the product on the floor. And at the end of the day, that's how you make the money, that's how you're marketable, that's what the fans get excited about, that's what the fans want to show up for. So, you know, it's business and it's a negotiation, and there has to be compromise on both sides. And, you know, we're starting to get down to the wire of it, and it's become really important. And, you know, obviously I want to help in any way I can, and I try to educate myself the best I can. Obviously I can't speak to everyone.
The most crucial message the WNBA will confront this season is reflected in that single statement. Amid ongoing internal disputes and repeated collective bargaining discussions, Caitlin Clark delivered one clear and powerful point. This moment of progress must not be placed at risk. Her judgment on the situation is entirely correct and timely.
Fans are so excited because Caitlin Clark is finally back on the court playing basketball, and it seems like she is 100%. She is going 5v5. Team USA is currently holding their training camp, so all the ladies will be in Durham this weekend training. As you can see the roster here: Lauren Betts, Aaliyah Boston, Cam Brink, Paige Beckers, Veronica Burton, Sonia Citron, Caitlin Clark, Kalia Copper, Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Dearica Hamby, Kiki Ariafen, Rakia Jackson, Brianna Jones, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Juju Watkins.
In December 2024, 16 of the top women's basketball players came together in Durham for Team USA's training camp, officially preparing for the 2026 FIBA World Cup. Despite the purpose of the camp, a clear sense of tension was present. If the WNBA and the Players Association cannot agree on a new collective bargaining deal by January 9th, the 2026 season itself could be threatened. This is not exaggeration but a serious reality. The camp included stars such as Lauren Jackson, Brianna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, Angel Reese, Paige Beckers, and Caitlin Clark. This gathering represented more than competition, taking place at a pivotal moment in league history where off-court voices may matter more than on-court performance.
I think there are different things that we can find ways to say, no, like, we certainly deserve that and we're not going to compromise on that, and then other things that we can probably compromise on. But like I said, like, this is the biggest moment in the history of the WNBA, and I don't want that to be forgotten. Similar, like, it's important that we find a way to, you know, play this next season, and I think our fans, and even everybody that has played in this league that has come before us.
Notice how she defines the situation. She calls it a defining crossroads for the league. Not just important but the most critical moment the WNBA has ever faced. Her immediate focus on protecting the upcoming season reveals a deeper understanding. Caitlin Clark knows that growth cannot continue without active competition. Looking back, before the 2024 season, questions surrounded Clark's professional adjustment, and Angel Reese's impact remained uncertain. Average attendance was around 6,500 fans per game. Now, the Indiana Fever alone draws over 17,000 fans each night. This is not slow progress, it is a massive shift. Clark's statement goes beyond basketball, highlighting the business reality being overlooked. The WNBA just completed its most successful season, with ratings up 70%, expansion fees hitting $50 million per franchise, and a new $2.2 billion media rights deal spanning 11 years. Momentum like this is rare in professional sports and must be protected.
Answer. Thank you, Caitlin. This is the biggest moment the WNBA has ever seen, and it's not something that can be messed up. I feel like I have been screaming this at the top of my lungs through all of the messiness that has happened over the past 2 seasons in the WNBA. You have a moment right now in women's basketball, and specifically in the WNBA. You have a boom that we have never seen in the history of this league. Do whatever you can to not mess it up, and they've already done multiple things that is like...
Here lies the reality. Even if it is unpopular in today's conversations, compromise is unavoidable. Players are pushing not only for a larger share of revenue and improved salaries, but also for league-wide charter flights, not limited to postseason teams. While these demands are reasonable, reaching timely compromises is critical to avoid a work stoppage that could erase recent progress. During the same training camp, Kelsey Plum labeled the CBA negotiations as discouraging, highlighting the deep divide between the two sides. With the deadline of January 9th approaching and December 2024 already underway, the window to bridge this gap is rapidly closing. Unlike the NBA, which can survive a lockout due to its massive fan base and established infrastructure, the WNBA does not have that cushion. The league is still in a growth phase, and halting progress midway would be a mistake with lasting consequences. Rewrite 5.
Kelsey Plum off the screen, kicks to Caitlin Clark for 3. Caitlin Clark up the court. Another 3. Caitlin Clark off the screen, another 3. Her shot looks really good. There were other photos of her going around, I feel like the past couple weeks also, saying that it looks like she dropped some of the muscle that she did gain before last season. It's hard to tell. To be honest, you guys, I'm not really like body watch.
Watch this clip closely, as it perfectly reflects the strong demand for WNBA content during the offseason. Since the Indiana Fever were eliminated by the Connecticut Sun in the first round of the playoffs on September 25, 2024, Caitlin Clark had not played in a competitive game. After more than 2 months without seeing her on the court, anticipation was unmistakable. Yet she looks smooth and confident, her movement is fluid, her footwork precise, her release clean and her shot effortless. Any lingering doubts about physical wear from her rookie season, including concerns over added muscle leading to plantar fasciitis or soft tissue injuries, disappear instantly. She looks healthy, relaxed, and most importantly, she appears to be enjoying herself.
We had the photos last year from Media Day when she was like flexing and all that, and you could clearly see that she had put on a lot of muscle, but it's hard to tell here, so I'm not really going to comment on it. But there were some fans that were saying it looks like she dropped some of the muscle that she put on, and a lot of people were wondering if that is why she had so many soft tissue injuries during last season. But again, I don't know, so I'm just going to leave it at that. And here's another clip, you guys, of Caitlin Clark's signature 3. She's dribbling the ball up the court, goes to her left.
Here, Paige Buchers is defended by Angel Reese, with an attempted screen on Caitlin Clark as Jackie Young rotates in to help. This sequence highlights the advanced defensive schemes that some critics have claimed the WNBA lacks. The level of defensive attention Clark draws is clear even in a practice setting among elite players. The effort required to limit her impact is obvious, even in a scrimmage where intensity might normally drop. As Paige denies her the ball, Jackie slides over in support, all without a drawn-up play. Now imagine that same defensive pressure in a playoff environment. This also challenges the persistent narrative that Clark cannot defend, a claim often oversimplified. Notice her positioning. She stays disciplined, avoids unnecessary risks, and funnels opponents toward help. That is sound basketball. While she may not be an elite defender, her defensive ability is more than adequate for someone carrying such a heavy offensive responsibility.
This is the kind of basketball that so many WNBA fans have been missing. And there's another clip that is also currently going viral, and it's Paige Bueckers' sidestep 3 on Caitlin Clark. And now obviously the Caitlin Clark haters are loving this, but I also love this too. I love to see two great players like Paige, like Caitlin, playing either on the same team or against one another. But check this out. So there's a long rebound here, Paige gets it, pump fake, sidestep, drains the 3.
This moment unfolds right here at Team USA's training camp, and what makes it fascinating is how many outlets are sharing the clip with headlines like, Paige Bueckers hits a 3 over Caitlin Clark. And yes, she did, no question. But moments like this are part of the joy. Seeing these young stars compete captures the peak of the sport in a single snapshot. Representing Team USA at the highest level brings together players from different backgrounds, draft classes, and paths to the league. Their energy, reactions, and competitive fire showcase the vibrancy of women's basketball at its best. However, if CBA disputes prevent the 2026 season from taking place, all of this excitement would disappear. Team USA would continue and players would still train. But the WNBA, the foundation that creates these moments, would suffer irreversible damage. CBA negotiations are high risk, with valid points on both sides. Yet the consequences of failure are uneven. A work stoppage would halt league momentum and cost players valuable earning years, while also threatening fan interest and undoing years of progress.
Great right here in Team USA training camp. But it is so interesting because so many outlets are picking up this clip and it's like, oh, Paige Bueckers drains a 3 in Caitlin Clark's face. And she did. She absolutely did. But this is fun. I just love to see all these young players